Hello, my name is Heather Cadman. I am making this video because I need to tell my testimony. It is very long, but I don't want your sympathy nor your pity. I'm making this in honor of Yahuah and Yahusha. My story begins before I was even born, before it was even a thought in my mom's mind. My dad, whenever he was young, moved to Florida from West Virginia to follow his dad, to take care of his dad. There he met my mother. At the time, they were just friends. He was dating someone, and she was dating that person's brother. It managed to come out that both my mom and my dad were dumped at the same time. And that's whenever they realized that they might be more than just friends. So they decided to date each other. Okay. This was in the 1980s. They had it rough starting out. My grandpa, my dad's dad, died of colon cancer 1 month before my sister was born. She was born outside of wedlock. They had many arguments and things like that happen, but they stayed together. They loved each other dearly. Then they got married. That night, I was conceived. My mom found out that she was pregnant with me whenever she fell in the kitchen doing the dishes. And she had collapsed. Dad rushed her to the hospital many times during my conception because I had died in her womb and came back. Whenever I was 10 days old, they found out that my aorta and pulmonary vein were switched, so I had to get it switched back. I was the first female baby to survive that operation in 1990. I had died on the operating table. And 18 months later, all three of us children are 18 months apart. 18 months later, my brother was born. He was born right on time. My sister was born early and I was born late. They were about to induce me. Fast forward to 1994. We went through a car accident in North Carolina that took my mother. It was rainy and the 18-wheeler wasn't supposed to be there. At the time, my aunt and my uncle, not the ones that I have now, but my aunt and my uncle, took us 3 kids up to West Virginia, and we have lived here ever since. It wasn't until 2017 that my mom's side of the family discovered that we were still alive. That is whenever I met my new aunt and uncle, who I live with now, all in the same vicinity. Whenever I was 5 to the time I was 14, my previous uncle had sexually assaulted me and abused me. And my aunt, even though not sexual, physically, emotionally abused me and neglected me. My dad couldn't do anything for a long time because he was in rehab for many years. And then he had to fight to get us kids back. Whenever I was 16, we got booted out of my aunt and my uncle's house. And then I was betrayed by my friend. Whenever I was 18, she took over $30,000 from me from my mom's inheritance. Whenever I was 19, My boyfriend at the time hurt my foot, broke it. I put it back. Whenever I was 14 to 15, I was raped by my boyfriend at that time as well. During that time, I had friends down the street. I didn't know good from bad. And I let them touch me on my chest. After my boyfriend, whenever I was 19 years old, after we separated, I ran away from my dad's house and took my cat with me. And I got in a car, and I met my 7-year ex. He physically, emotionally, as well as his family, physically, emotionally, and mentally abused me, as well as sexually abused me. I was slapped in the face. I wasn't given food. The dogs were given food before I was. I was told not to eat a Pop-Tart because it was for their family. All the rest of my money that I got from my mom's inheritance was taken away, as well as the car that I had. I didn't actually get my driver's license until I was around, I think, 24 years old. My cousin James helped me get that license. Okay. My 7-year ex's sister slapped me in the face multiple times. Whenever 2019 came around, I lived in Fairmont, and I met a man. That man got me to do drugs, and I got pregnant by him. I went cold turkey off of everything, including alcohol, whenever I found out I was pregnant. During the time I was with him, by the way, he left me whenever I was 12 weeks pregnant. He stole everything, including toilet paper, from me. He pawned off my guitar that I had. He cheated on me with at least three other women. And I didn't find out until after 4 months after I stopped dating him that he had cheated on me with these women. He tried to drive us off the road while I was pregnant. He forced me to drive home from Pennsylvania to West Virginia while I was pregnant with his child. He mocked me for attempting suicide by showing me cuts on his arms. And he argued with me constantly. I had a rough pregnancy. I had my child at UHC. And I went back and lived with my dad for a time. And then I met my aunt and my uncle from my mom's side of the family. And they lived in Buchanan with her son, who is my second cousin. I decided to live with him. And that's whenever everything started to change. Now, whenever I was a teenager, I got into Wicca. And I went down the rabbit hole and learned everything that I possibly could about paganism. I learned about all the different beliefs in China. I learned about all the beliefs around the entire world, including Satanism and I dabbled into many different things. I got baptized under false names 3 different times, and I was also baptized as a child in a Baptist church. I repented of all that on October 26th, 2023. And I later repented of the false names this year. I now follow Yahuah and Yahusha and Ruach HaMashiach. I say all this just to say that even though I have been through many things, I still see light at the end of the tunnel. I live for my husband and for my son now. And I'm trying to be good for them, to help them out. I stopped wearing the cross because I see it as an idol. And yes, I have tattoos on my body from that time. I have armbands, and I have a wolf tattoo on my leg. I also have many scars. But thank you for listening, and I hope you have a blessed day.